If you're running Google Ads and you're struggling around a break-even ROAS, here are 4 things you can do to immediately fix that. In this video, I will break down 4 proven and tested concepts you can do to increase your return on ad spend immediately. The first thing that we will be focusing on is called the Google Ads Fast Lane Framework. The concept is actually very simple. You can compare it to a race. During the race, all the products have different positions depending on the results they are generating from the Google Ads. All you have to do is analyze the results during the testing phase and separate what is working versus what is not working. So inside the Google Ads Fast Lane Framework, we are going to segment 4 different products. First of all, we have the winning products. These are highly profitable with a good spend, so you can easily scale them. Second of all, we have the racing products. These are products who are still in the race, generating results and make some sales, but they didn't spend enough yet to actually scale them and move them higher up in the other campaigns. The third product category is actually called warming up. These products didn't generate any sales yet, but they also didn't have too many clicks to even say that they have potential or don't really have potential. So they simply need more ad spend, more clicks and more sales to generate and move them higher up in the ladder. And the fourth category is actually called losing products. These products already spent some money, they generated already some clicks, but they didn't really make any profit. That could mean that they generate some sales, but they were simply not profitable around the break-even ROAS or 2 or higher. And by the way, if you need help installing this Google Ads Fastlane framework, make sure to reach out to me with the first link in the description. I can help you launch and scale your Google Ads profitably according to the same strategies we use for more than over 150 e-commerce stores before yours. Alright, without further ado, let's dive right into my screen for principle number 2. Here we can see that the tracking is not accurate and I show you exactly how to fix that in your Google Ads account. Here are we in the Google Ads account that we recently took over. To see this overview, you go in the left menu to goals and then you go to summary, as you can see. Now we scroll down a little bit and we can actually see that the tracking of this new account isn't accurate. What we can actually see inside this account is that Google doesn't know what tracking has priority and which one don't have any priority. The problem from this owner was that she simply didn't hit a break-even ROAS, and that's why I'm analyzing this for you guys as well. So what we can see here in this account is that there are a bunch of different priorities. The account default is, for example, phone calls, purchase, contact, but this is actually an e-commerce store that we are going to work with, so we need to fix the tracking. What you want to see actually as the right account objective is that purchase is the only one as priority. Inside this account, we can actually see that all 3 of the purchase are priority, so the account is a little bit of a mess. To change either of them, you click on it. Then you do edit settings, and then you can change here in account optimization to secondary not used for bidding optimization. Then you can actually press save. And the other thing you want to check if you want to make the good one as a default is that you are actually tracking the currency values as well. So this in this case is right. Use different values for each conversion in euro, dollar, counted as 1. So the purchase value is actually tracked. So if we go back to the account goal settings, we want to make sure to also change the other ones. So what you actually want as an e-commerce store owner is that purchase is the only primary one, and especially the one of the purchase should be set as primary and the other one as secondary. Because we basically need to give Google one guidance, what you want as an e-commerce store owner, not leading to many multiple directions here with different tracking. So it's very difficult for them to actually know what is valuable for you and what not. So you want to have only one purchase amount trackable with all the conversions noted and the conversion value. So we need to dive deeper inside the conversion action to see what is happening here, because most likely there are no conversions tracked and no value as well. And you want to make sure that purchase is your account default value because you are simply an e-commerce store, right? So what we want to change then is all the other things. I will do that in my own time to save you some time in this video as well. So everything you need to make secondary as well. And especially we need to remove the account default. So when you do account edit here, then you need to deselect account default. So what this will do is it will tell Google that only purchase is the important amount for your conversion objective and not any other things such as contact here. So we will change it as well. Don't make it account default, because when you create your first Google Ads campaigns or any other campaigns, it will take the account default. But we only want to make sure as e-commerce stores that purchase is the account default and the primary tracked one. Otherwise, your ad account is going to optimize for something else, while we only make profit when you generate sales for an e-commerce store. So that's basically what you need to implement for all these account goals. I will not do that to save you some time, but you can see it's quite a mess right now, because inside every account objective is something primary that is not going to make money, right? Phone call as a lead here for an e-commerce store is definitely not profitable. So we need to uncheck that one. All right, and now we go for implementation number 3, which is excluding irrelevant placements. Google is very good in spending your money, and sometimes they spend it on placements that don't drive any results. Most of the shopping results come from the shopping campaigns inside your Google Ads, but Google also is bidding on objectives such as mobile games and things like that, news websites that you don't want to be visible on, because there you don't generate any sales, but you spend money on it, right? You press here on tools. Then you go for content suitability, and then you scroll all the way down to excluded placements. What we need to do is select app categories right here, and we need to have select all the placements right here. So you end up with 140. I will speed up the process here so you can see that we end up with 140, and you need to open all sneaky drop-down menus. There is no way to do this automatically, so we need to make sure to do it by hand. But this will make sure that you don't spend or waste your money actually on games that are not bringing you results. So let me speed up the process for you. All right, and now you can see that we selected all 140 placements. Of course, many of these are actually not going to give you any results, and Google don't exclude them on purpose, because you're going to spend money on them, they're going to earn, and later you find out that you had to do this straight from the beginning. And that's why I tell you this, because I have 7 years of e-commerce experience, and we already fall for this trap. And I'm going to warn you, so you don't waste any of your ad spend, and you directly impact the results you get from your Google Ads. Because if you wasted ad spend, you're going to reinvest it now into better products, so you increase your ROAS directly. And that brings us to principle number 4, which is actually playing around with your prices. Most of the time I see that our clients price their products very cheaply, which give them also directly a lower ROAS. Of course, the conversion rate is going to be better, but sometimes you don't make more money if you just increase the amount you sell your products for. Especially if you're into fashion and any categories, sometimes a higher value is a higher perceived value, which clients are willing to pay for better quality. So therefore, we always play around to increase the price, for example, with €5 or $5 or up to 10 or $10 or euros actually. So you directly make more profit from your Google Ads with this simple implementation. And therefore also many of the people are actually worried to increase their price, but you can measure on the conversion rate. If you have, for example, between 2 and 5% conversion rate, you're actually doing a good job. And if you have more towards 5 conversion rate, you can increase your prices, because that basically means that you're also selling products for way too cheap. And little hack you can do is also implement bundles. So you have volume discount if people buy multiple products from the same item, or actually mix and match with multiple items. Because with a higher average order value, you make directly more profit from your Google Ads and a better ROI. Actually, from our clients, I see that most of them make a profit if they have above €50 average order value and above 2 to 3% conversion rate, because we can do most of the things to drive down the cost per click on Google Ads, but in the end, the clients that we send to your website need to make a profit, right? So we better convert as many of them for the highest average order value as possible to make directly more impact from profitable Google Ads. So now that I teach you 4 principles how you can go out of the low ROAS zone for your Google Ads account, make sure to click the first link in the description if you want my help either launching or scaling your Google Ads in the most profitable way for your e-commerce store. And I would also highly recommend to watch the recommendation video after this, where I show you exactly how to scale your Google Ads in the most profitable way. In fact, this is actually the strategy that the Google Ads headquarters explained us to take for one of the bigger accounts. We scaled more than €500,000 in monthly revenue from their Google Ads alone. I see you there.